Bang them out over at assholeconsulting.com. Sponsored in part by the Pence Principle. How not to get me too. How not to become a millennial. How not to be poor at the age of 35. Reconnaissance Man. Where to live in the United States. Curse of the high IQ. Why you're smart, intelligent, but miserable. The black man's got out of poverty. If you're black, you're poor, and you want to get out. Bachelor pad economics. Hey, are you a bachelor? Do you have a pad? Is there economics involved? Yeah, sure. Worthless. Don't major in stupid shit. Enjoy the decline. Yes, we're all going to die. And love letters to the left. That's one big-ass book that didn't come out the way I physically was thinking it would come out. And we have a question. If you have a question, go to assholeconsulting.com. Hang on, what? Hey, Flackweischer? What the heck's a Flackweischer? That's probably some military term. Hang on, what's a Flackweischer? Oh, it's a German. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let's go to Urban Dictionary. A German slang term for lousy wanker, according to some site I found on Google, and a bad masturbator. It's not enough that you're a masturbator. You're bad at it too. All right. I get that you're on a hiatus, so take your time. I want a video, by the way. Love your books and bromance with Better Bachelor. Hey, Better Bachelor's a good man, dude. When you're done tuning in to me, of course, you tune in to me first, then you go Better Bachelor. Right now, I'm an operations specialist, second class of the United States Navy, almost through a 6-year contract, joining on a 99 ASVAB, a 3.2 weighted high school GPA that I got through nuclear power school and theoretically have around 30 college credits from that. Due to seriously bad social skills, I failed. No, really? Seriously bad? What's a social skill? Okay, I'm going to give you advice. This is brilliant advice. If you think you have bad social skills, you only have to do one thing, and that is shut up. That's it. You don't say anything. And the worst that happens is people just think you're shy or you're really introverted. And I can understand this. I've known some people. I've opened my mouth when I was younger and I shouldn't have. I lacked social graces when I was younger. Oh, I was horrible. Oh, I totally would have been diagnosed like, oh, he's got the tism or something. I would have had something. No one taught you. You either didn't have an older brother, your dad wasn't around, nobody cued you in, nobody had the balls to set you straight. All right. So if you think you have bad social skills, oh, I got a bit of the tism, I got a bit of the spurg, but you want to change that, all you have to do is shut up and just watch. I had a buddy, he didn't, and this isn't necessarily social skills, but it's related. He was very bad with girls, or so he thought. And he didn't know how to approach him. He was afraid he'd screw up. And all he ended up doing was just shutting up. And you know what? He looked darn good because us dumbass loudmouth jamokes would go and make asses of ourselves. And he ended up getting a couple of really nice, cute girls. Because there's us with them. And he was just quiet. And by comparison, he looked great. So if you're not sure, just shut up. There's nothing wrong with not saying nothing. Failed out of the final stage of nuke training and re-rated to operations specialist. I've done that for 3.5 years. The perks, money. Living in San Diego. If there's a town I'd live in California, it'd be San Diego. I really like San Diego. Expense-free travel around the world. Few worries right now. I'm being paid to shoot guns. Cons, well, I feel like this is a soul-destroying job. All jobs suck. Watch my videos. Search them. All jobs suck. If the corona becomes the apocalypse, I might be persuaded to re-up, but otherwise not a chance. Import and operations specialist is a janitor, and underway they watch a radar. It's not a useful skill unless you are their favorite and they send you to air intercept controller school. They'll not let me change jobs, and I do not trust them to give me a decent assignment at the next duty station. So, asshole, my question is to you, how good or insane is my following plan? All right, let's find out. Apply to a CTI school for spring semester and learn how to be an air traffic controller in East Coast Florida. Not a bad idea. Take a cross-country trip to Florida, visit my parents to drop off any of the valuable things I do not get rid of. Until then, go to Illinois, where my mom's side of the family lives, and they have a business in real estate and flooring, which I could start learning. I guess. I don't know. I mean, how long is how much time are you taking off from the military between that and going to air traffic controller school? I mean, what would you could start learning what? How to do floors? When the spring semester starts, I'll be set up with a housing allowance and tuition from the GI Bill. I'll be able to evaluate. Where is CTI school? Hang on. Let me see what town you're going to. I'm kind of curious. Florida. I'm hoping there's just one. Oh, okay. Air traffic control. Yeah, there's multiple ones. I should have asked you what town, because there's some fun towns in Florida. I really like Florida. I really do. Oh, there's a bunch of hicks. And it's like, well, you drive 50 miles in any direction, you're on a beach. What are you complaining about? Oh, there's crocodiles and hicks and people missing their teeth. Okay, get off the panhandle. Go on the panhandle. You're 10 miles from the ocean. Go south. Tallahassee's a shithole until you go south. Man, traffic's bad. Walk to the beach. Oh, what are you doing, Florida? Smoke great cigars. Go salsa dancing. Go on a boat. Go fish. Go run. Be happy it's not winter anytime. Look at water spouts. Housing allowance. I'd be able to evaluate from there how much free time and need to study and work there would be. You're going to study as much as required, buddy. What do you mean assess how much? As much as required. What do I got? How long do I have to swim so I don't drown? Until you are rescued. How far until I get to the top of the mountain? When you get to the top of the mountain. The idea is that, unfortunately, I haven't had much exposure to the real world yet. I'm trying to figure out what fits ASAP. There really isn't a calling or already developed skill that I have other than flexibility. Girls, who cares? Yeah, you're wise there on avoiding the girls. Don't complicate it. I mean, don't eschew them either. I mean, if a girl, you can go hang out with a girl, go have fun, but don't, like, no, dear, I'm focusing on on work. I don't know. Your idea sounds good to me. Air traffic control with your ASVAB, that's darn good. I did a video about becoming an air traffic controller. Look that up, do a Google search. I'm trying to figure out what fits ASAP. Look, here's the deal. I'm going to assume, if it was up to me and if you got in before the blended retirement system, like you could get your 20 years in, I would say just stay in the military. I know you think it sucks, but you just said you don't know about the real world. It sucks within the worse of the military. It does. All you've known, I mean, we could, like, the military would be an extension of school. I guess you consider that in a way. Like, you've never really set foot in the civilian world. It's just been school in the military. And I understand. And there's this grass is greener on the other side. But on the face of it, I'm just going to accept that you don't want to stay in the military. All right. You did your 60 years. Now you get your GI Bill. And if you want to, where do you fit in, dude? It's wherever they pay you the fucking money. All right. And with your IQ, which I'm going to assume is very high because they have a very high ASVAB, you're probably able to go into air traffic controller school. You're young. You're of the age you can do it. You're under 30. You get to go to Florida, and I don't know. A lot of people will say, "Oh, you got to find something you're passionate about and that pays." And I don't know, any passion you have. I mean, you can't do something you hate. Let's put it that way. You can't do something you hate. All right, I get that, but work is work, man. And it took me until I was 31 to realize that it didn't matter what I did, because it was the same hour of my life gone that I was never going to get back. And when you look at a career for what it's supposed to be, it is a tool to make as much money as possible for that 1 hour of life you're not getting back, so that you could go do what you want with your free hours of time, where you can spend your time doing what you want to do. And a lot of that, what makes your free time, your non-work time, your time out of work, your life out of work. That's the only life that really matters. What makes that a lot more enjoyable is when you don't have to worry about fucking money. Life was miserable for me going from job to job to job, from corrupt, incompetent banking douchebag bank to corrupt, incompetent banking douchebag bank. There was no stability. And that's guaranteed it's taken years off my life. Guarantee you. If you're an air traffic controller, you're going to make near 6 figs, if not 6 figs right off the bat, depending on geographic cost of living adjustment they give you. And oh man, I don't like it. Dude, are you shoveling shit for a living? I mean, okay, fine. You don't like it. Do you hate it? Do you really hate it? You know, there's no, get it out of your head. Get it out of your head like there's a fun job. That is for privileged white girls in North America. It's not my passion. Taxpayers create a job for me so I can work my passion even though nobody wants it. Dude, you go in, you're sacrificing bits of your mortality, your finiteness, your very life, make the goddamn money, and then it doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you do. So I think air traffic controller is great. And there's nothing to figure out. I mean, socially, if you're like, oh, how do I figure this out? In other words, I like your business plan. I like your career plan. I think that's a great idea. You're going to a no-income tax state. You're learning a great skill in a trade. You're going to use your GI Bill. You're going to come out way ahead of me. But what is there to figure out for a career? Very shortly, very briefly, if you want, you can read Bachelor Pad Economics or How Not to Become a Millennial. Do they pay you a lot of money? And is it a job you can do? It is. Shut the fuck up and take the money. Squirrel it away, man. Squirrel it away. You're talking about socially. Again, if you're having social problems, you don't socialize very well, shutting up is always a good policy. I even have another video out there on how to be a good conversationalist. And it's a rule of 3 to 1. You wait for somebody to say something 3 times, and then you say something once. Right? And you're always asking them questions about them. And you can't, and here's the thing, it takes some balance or focus. You got to listen to what they're saying at the same time, think about it, and then ask an interesting question that they're interested in answering first and foremost, but then secondarily, maybe you're also interested in it too. And you don't want to get so much that you're interrogating the person, but that is what a good conversationalist is. He's very selfless. A good socialite is somebody who seems to be the center of the party, the life of the party, but he or she is not, because they're deflecting the attention to everybody else. They're always asking somebody else about something about them. Oh, that's interesting. What's that like? Oh, I've never been a botanist. That's plants, right? Well, why do you become a botanist? And, oh, I see. So you could cure disease. I mean, is that at the forefront? I mean, anything goes anywhere. So that's a good little tool or philosophy on conversation to have. But I wouldn't worry about your socializing either. And you know what? Actually, what you really ought to buy is Curse of the High IQ. Because if you got an ASVAB like that, not trying to kiss your ass, it could be that most people are just not going at your speed. You could be incredibly bored with people, because most people you're going to find out are pretty freaking boring. Although if you're in Florida, I'm going to recommend you go to a cigar lounge, you go hang out with the guys. I think that would be a good place to start. A lot of retired military folk there, or people out of the military. And same bullshit, throw punches, insult one another when you walk in the door, that kind of thing, after you build a rapport with them. But yeah, man, I think your not business idea, your career plan is good. I think you've given the military a fair shot, and it's not for you. I understand that. You're not going to piss away your GI Bill. I like the across the road trip thing. If you want to send me more money because I'm a greedy whore, I can tell you where some places to stop that are definitely must stops. You will not waste your cross. Because here's the problem. You're probably going to think, oh, I'll just go through New Mexico and Texas and shoot up north and then make it over to Illinois. No. Yeah. Tell me where you got to go, and I'll tell you the places you got to visit. But then socially, man, don't try to adapt to become what other people want. Be yourself. I mean, be civil and cordial and polite to everybody else, But right now, just don't try. Just be quiet, observe. If someone talks and you're interested in them, oh, what's that like? Otherwise, you don't have to talk. There's no effort. Shouldn't be a chore. But I have a feeling Florida. Now, San Diego is a fun town, but I think you're going to enjoy Florida too. Because if you don't like the town you're in, there's another decently populated town another 20, 30 miles away. Because there's so many people living there, so many people retiring. And it's also a young state. And a lot of people, oh, is that God's rain? Well, yeah, but who do you think waits hand and foot on the old farts? It's the young people. And I like the Latin culture in terms of the salsa dancing and the cigars. I don't like in terms of the communism or the fat, loud Latinas, but I do like the cigars and the Cuban jazz, Afro jazz, Latin jazz, and the salsa dancing. No, I hate the bachata. No, I will do cha-cha. I will do tango, Argentina or American. I love salsa, but I will not do the bachata because I have standards. And there you go. All right, let's go into the super chat room. Josh Voss for $1.99. Just work hard and don't be lazy. Yeah, that's it. He's not going to have a choice if he's an air traffic controller. You got to be on your freaking game. Because I did the research for another guy. You want to know about becoming an air traffic controller? And I looked into it. And they're like, yeah, you got to be under 30. I'm like, wow, really? Because I'm like, when I was 30, I'm like, dude, I was just as good as I was when I was 20. Nope, I guess your reflex times are not that fast. Like, I think you're pushed out at 50 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I'm an old fuck. If you're over 30, you can't go in. I was getting a kick out of that. Well, anyway, are you saying to me that I'm too old because at the age of 37 or whatever, I'm too old because I don't have the physique to do it? But these fuckers you're dragging in out of their mom's basement who can't run a half a mile. Oh, and the women you're dragging, who of which you eliminate all standards, whatever. Like they have people helping them do pull-ups and push-ups. I can't get in. But these people, of which I could probably beat 3 of them up at the same time, in my $150 ad, they get in because they're under a certain age. Fuck the physical test, am I right? I'm sure there's something to do with age. Or some got to be psycho. Like, if you're over 35, you're too set in your ways or something. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Okay, that's it. Maybe one more asshole consulting video coming up. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.